Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are all seekers, and as seekers, we have a premise that I am bound, that I have to perform activity, that I am in this world, and so on and so forth. This is the premise with which we live. A realized master doesn't live with this premise. And we also observe that the interaction or this world is having two things. What is that? One is called gati, one is called sthiti. Gati means movement, and sthiti here relatively means something else and absolutely means something else. Relatively, sthiti means non-movement, unchanging principle, the cause, and from absolute point of view, it means the infinite one, the eternal witness. Now watch that the whole world is changing around us, but we feel we are the same. We are talking about just these 2 points, gati and sthiti, movement at the relative level, movement and non-movement, or the cause. All the stimuli, all the forms are moving, changing, but the eyes are not changing, so they are stable. Okay, here the word will be at relative level rather than non-movement. Let's come to stable. Eyes are stable, they are not changing. Sounds are changing, but the ears are stable. The smells are changing, but the nose is stable. The taste is changing, but the tongue is stable. Tongue is the same one, unaffected by them. So also the skin is stable as regards all the touch feeling. And in this way, at least at the sensory level, we can observe. It's only an observation that is required. Nothing more needs to be done. Come to this realization that senses, each one when you take, it is stable, it is unchanging, and the stimuli are changing. The sense organ, it's unaffected by the stimuli. Stimuli are dependent on the senses. The senses, the eyes can be seeing and can be not seeing, but nothing, it doesn't make an impact on the eye. See? Same way with the sounds. Ears continue to be even if sounds are not heard. Eyes continue to be even if the form is not seen. Tongue continues to be even if there's nothing to taste. Understand? Continues to be stable. Okay. Then go one step back. Mind is unaffected, mind is stable, and the movement is of the thoughts. Mind, but what we say, our wrong conclusion, that my mind is erratic, my mind is restless, my mind is agitated, my mind is calm. No. Mind cannot be all these things. It is the thoughts. The gati, the speed, the movement of the thoughts is fast. The movement of the fast thoughts is slow. The movement of the thoughts has subsided, which we call as restlessness, distraction or agitation, and calmness. Is the thoughts, not the mind. Mind is the stable one. Mind is the base. Mind is not affected by the thoughts. This is again wrong conclusion. That I am disturbed, I am excited. My mind is excited, my mind is disturbed. It cannot be possible if you observe it in this manner. So all these ideas that there is anger, greed, jealousy, envy, ego, etc., all these are imagined, actually not there. Including bondage and realization, not there. Because it's a thought only. So understand that mind is unaffected by the coming and going of thoughts. Mind is the stable one. Thoughts are the changing one, moving one. They have a gati. They have got the movement. Now come back one more step. So we have started from the outside world, came to the senses, from senses to the mind. Okay, come to the intellect in between. Intellect also, from childhood till now, so many convictions have come and gone, but in the end, convictions are what? Nothing but thoughts. And the intellect is unaffected by the convictions that come and go. As a child we had different conviction, as a teenage we had a different conviction, convictions by which we lived our life. As youth we had different convictions by which we lived our life. Now in the old age we are having different convictions. So there also we are seeing convictions are changing throughout our life because of the circumstances, but the intellect, that equipment where convictions happen, it remains the same, stable. Now go one step further back. The self remains the same, and the waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi, they come and go. See, they cannot happen whether the movement is not in the self. The movement is in the four states. Waking goes through the day, concludes, then the dream begins, then concludes, then the sleep begins, it concludes. So there is movement in these four states, or samadhi and samadhi. Samadhi also, you go into samadhi, you come out of samadhi. So going in and coming out, again movement. But the self is the stable one. Self is the stable one. So if you notice, as regards the stimuli out there in the world, the senses are the witness, unaffected. They are observing, they are allowing the stimuli to come and go, but not affected. As regards the mind, mind is the witness, As the equipment, it allows the thoughts to come and go, it is not affected. The intellect allows the convictions to come and go, it is not affected. And if we are seekers of the truth, then what is next? Next is, I am unaffected even if the waking dream, sleep, and samadhi come and go. Let's for today take this as the pointer and keep coming back. Start from the outside, land up in the self that you are, that I am, and see how the self is the unchanging principle in spite of all the changes. We are not here to stop the changes because we did not create the change. It is happening. We did not create the world. The world is going on. We did not create the day and night. They are happening. We did not create the breath in and out. It's happening. We did not create the heartbeat. It's happening. We did not consciously start putting the thoughts into our mind. It's a phenomena. It happens. So recognize this and come back to your essential nature. So I'll stop here, and taking a comfortable position, keeping your back, neck and head in a straight line, a happy disposition, smile on your lips, having no doubt as to what the goal is. Starting from the senses, trace the unchanging, stable principle as you go deeper and deeper into yourself, and observe the process. Be absolutely clear as regards the stability, unchanging disposition with regards to the stimuli of the senses, the stability of the mind with respect to the thoughts, the intellect as a principle with respect to convictions which come and go, and eventually the self that I am with reference to the waking, dream, sleep and samadhi. So when the scriptures say control your senses, control your mind, control your merge into the self, with this particular approach we come to see that the senses have never got affected by the stimuli or influenced by the stimuli. The mind has never got influenced or carried away by the thoughts. Intellect has never got affected or carried away by the convictions. It has always been the same. And the Atma, the self, has never come down, got trapped, got involved, got affected by the waking, dream, sleep and samadhi. only understanding is required, only recognition is required, and we are there. We are already that which we are seeking. Wave is already the water which it is seeking. We are already the truth that we are seeking. When we recognize this, seeking stops. Abidance begins. In fact, there is no beginning of abidance and end of abidance. That's also a notion at the relative level. Self is as it is, content within itself, allowing all changes to happen. Yet transcendental to all the changes. Such a self is our essential nature. Such is our natural state. Even now, you all came for meditation. Somehow, somewhere within you, you know that from all the movement of getting up, taking shower, etc., you have to come and sit down. You have to conclude the movement at the body level. You close your eyes. You withdraw from all the changes that the eye illuminates. You listen to some idea which calms the mind down. Again, the mind also becomes, the thoughts calm down. So we know that the journey at the relative level is from movement to silence, to stability, to the unchanging, from the changing to the unchanging. And when we come to the unchanging, we realize we have always been that. There was never a time that I am not. Eureka!